Derek with Eliminex. I'm here in Raritan, New Jersey. I'm coming into this apartment. It's like an attic. It's like a finished attic. So it's, I guess it's an apartment. And I came in here before they did the painting, and did the previous tenant was spraying kerosene, spraying some old school, type of treatment when they had petroleum-based pesticides, and I guess he thought kerosene would be the cure for bed bugs, and what it basically did was just scatter them everywhere and put them deep into the structure and all the cracks and crevices. So when I came in, I saw like all the evidence of where they were, but I recommended they go ahead and paint. Go ahead and paint, because when I put down my residual pesticide cocktail, when I put it down, and if they paint over it, it's going to reduce the effectiveness of the treatment. So I said, go ahead and paint everything, and I take note of where the hot spots are. So there's so many spots where all the cracks, all the moldings, in these older homes, older type homes, they just use strips and moldings and baseboards, and they don't, they're pretty, they got like a lot of gaps. You see the newer construction, condos and stuff like that. They hide like in chair rails and wallpaper. But these older style homes, they're so imperfect. There's just so many cracks and crevices and grooves that they can be hiding. You see all these spots where I did recommend, use some caulking, use some painter's caulk, and fill up all these holes. Because, there could be, 1 to 1,000 bed bugs in any of these cracks hiding. So this one, for example, it took off. Where did it go? He's there somewhere. Where did he go? That's why I took the video. Oh boy. This is a little door. It's like a makeshift door made out of a little piece of plywood. It's got a little groove on top. And when I treated, usually bed bugs don't flush out after doing a treatment. In this situation, there must have been so many. There's one right there. It ran. So it's kind of like hiding. It's not a really good. You see it kind of running there. So what I'm going to do, I already pulled off about a dozen of them so far. They just come right out of that groove. You can see like the droppings. See the droppings, those little black specks. And so, no matter what they did to paint, it's not going to seal them in. You really need to do caulking. But in this case, of course, you need to do a treatment. So what I have here is like a specimen jar that I collect the bed bugs. Collect the bed bugs for a couple jobs, and you can see there's a dozen or so. And what I do, I take them back, and I build like specimen folders for customers to look at, because pictures, going online, downloading pictures don't do it justice. You really need to see the bed bug for itself. And people kind of freak out if you show some kind of jar with them moving around, They kind of freak out. So what I do, I do it in a presentation like you would do like a grade school biology class, where you do, you put on some cardstock and tape and label it and put it in the sheet protector, and then it's more presentable so people aren't freaked out when you show them the specimens. So I'm going to collect this one and collect this one here. I already collected a dozen already, so it's very helpful because you see different stages and the cast skins. And they won't stay alive for long because I already did a treatment. There we go. So it got in there. So it's in the jar. It's kind of running around there. So, and then I like to have specimens of like droppings. You can see like little black specks. That was a tag. That was one of those tags that you put on the mattress. And so I have that as a sample. I'm going to show that. With that, so people can be vigilant and be able to inspect for themselves. And then when I come in with the sample, I'm going to show like what the droppings look like in real, you know, bed bugs kind of like loving it. They think they're on a mattress already. See, they're like hanging out. They like went right to it. They think this is the spot. They think this is the spot for the feed. You know, because this was on someone's mattress in a heavily infested house. So I took that as a sample. And I like to collect samples of eggs, like clusters of bed bug eggs. Like that's on some fabric, or if I can collect it on some tape, some blue tape, and then I put that in my sample folder, and I can show what bed bug eggs look like, because you can't pinpoint eggs unless you see them in clusters. And the customers aren't really into seeing something up close and personal in their own home. So I like to show samples so customers can get a better clue on what they're up against and how small, minute bed bugs are, and their markings and their droppings, especially when they just started getting into your house and they haven't been established yet, to make very noticeable evidence of their activity. So just one or two things you should be able to look out for, and I do that through my inspection. I can successfully uncover verify bed bug existence in a bedroom or a bed pretty quickly. Each room, maybe a 20-minute inspection, I can basically pretty much uncover and get a good idea how bad it is in there. You don't have to hire a dog. A dog is just going to alert that there's bed bug presence. Like if a dog came in here, he's going to alert that there's bed bugs everywhere. He's going to scratch and he's going to go crazy. No matter where he puts his nose, he's going to find, say, bed bugs, because they were everywhere. In this instance, you really don't need to. It's not a mystery. I just pulled off a dozen just off this little door here. That was in this little section after I did my treatment. And here's another one popped out. Another one popped out of hiding. See him? See, my treatment doesn't flush them out. But I guess because I filled up this little groove with my chemical, I guess the bed bugs, they were disturbed. When you disturb them through movement or whatever, affect their living space. I mean, I hit that spot dead on. Who knows what's in there? Still hanging out in there. I see a few still. This camera's really not picking it up very well, but I still see a few in the groove there. Up on top, if you can see a little brown on top. Right here. You can see them in the groove there. This one's popped out. I'm going to go ahead and collect this sample. I like to get as many as possible. I mean, it's a real pleasure. If I can go in a house that's just completely infested from top to bottom, I can just grab a bunch. Because I like to make specimens. Sometimes I give them away to people if they don't see bed bugs, but they're getting bites and they want to verify they have bed bugs. I leave a couple samples behind on a 3x5 index card. Let them know what they should be looking for. And so it's very helpful. So it's very helpful from some jobs to collect them. Here's a bed bug, and I have this on a tweezer. That was pretty slick. It's pretty slick. I wish I can get a close-up. This is a horrible camera. But I'm just going to pop that in there. So he's running around. But he's got that's a chemically treated bed bug, so he's going to probably die in there. So, but all I'm interested really are samples, not the actual, not the moving around. I don't really care for them to move around. I carry this one in my truck. If someone wants to come out real quick, hey, what do bed bugs look like? And I don't have my presentation folder, I'll just pull this thing out. And show them, like, hey, that's what they look like. If they're not too squeamish, I'll give them a little visual, because people are like, what do bed bugs look like? Because it's hard to tell. You look at the videos, you look at the websites, you really can't grasp You really have to see it for yourself. You really have to experience it. And know what you're looking for, and you can get a good understanding of them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up this job. I already have everything under control here. Anything that pops out, they're going to die. I already know. I thought it was really interesting. Oh, here's another one. They're coming out of the baseboards. They're coming out of baseboards too. Here's a nice one. They're coming out of the baseboards, the cracks. And there's a couple more that's up there. Probably come out. I'm kind of waiting it out. I like these are nice fat adults. I like them. I like the nice ones. And they make great specimens for showing people. They love it. You get a good understanding of them. Not so scary. And then I tell people what to look for. You know, they can hide in all this. They can hide behind. I think that's a dead one. Yeah, that's a dead bed bug there. They hide behind everything, you know. They're so small. So many sizes. Those are the adults that I'm showing you. But the nymphs and the juveniles, here's some. Here's some that are there. They're dead. That one's a dead one. I might collect it. That's not what I was told. Here's one that popped out. Here's one that popped out of the baseboard. So you can get an idea. You know, could you imagine if this place, if there are thousands back there? You can see all the fecal droppings. Could have been thousands. Look at all that fecal matter. There was a mattress right here that the gentleman renter had. They didn't even paint over that. Look at that. That is so soiled. That has so much bed bugs. What I was told, the mattress that had tons of them. And when he pulled up the carpet, like they said, it was just a swarm, a mass of bed bug activity. So I want to collect a few more and then give it a nice treatment, give it a nice coat of treatment again. I sprayed all the tongue and groove floor with my residual. I told him I would come back in 30 days to spray, but he's going to have carpet laid down today. And I don't know. I don't recommend it. I really should give it a couple weeks and spray it again. But he's ready to move some new tenants in here. And, so if something happens in a couple weeks, I'll be on call and we'll spray this place. I definitely don't recommend Pest to move anybody in anytime soon. The mushroom is very powerful. It will work. So they have to remove the bed bugs. Everything's treated. So I'm pretty much secure that someone moves in here after they put everything down. And the bed bugs will disappear after some period of time. It'd be better if you took action like before, way beforehand. Instead of waiting until the last seconds. And that's the rest. That was the bedroom. This apartment does have evidence, but none of them's popping out. They usually don't. They usually don't come out unless it's a severe infestation. So I can tell this room is pretty severe. This room has severe infestation. That bug droppings residual from the whole basement. All bed bug droppings. I've always had success with my treatments. Some treatments take a little bit more time, maybe additional treatment or two perhaps. But if we just work together, keep it clean, be vigilant, with communication, and keep things repairable, seal up all the cracks, and you can prevent an easy infestation happening again under your nose. here, it'll go down to the adjacent units below, or the adjacent units behind the apartments. So you really got to keep things under control and don't let it get out of hand, or you're going to end up paying for your neighbors' bed bug treatment as well. Okay. Work at the Eliminex in Raritan, New Jersey, by Somerset, and Kingston. Have a nice day.